Flooding in China has long been one of the country's greatest environmental challenges, with its vast river networks, seasonal monsoon climate, and the frequent arrival of typhoons and tropical depressions. Floods occur regularly and often bring devastating consequences. These are not merely natural disasters. They are shaped by geography, the effects of climate change, and the rapid pace of urbanization. China's great rivers, such as the Yangtze and the Yellow River, have been tied to thousands of years of flood history. Just a few days of heavy rainfall can cause water levels to rise dramatically, overtopping riverbanks and submerging villages, farmland, and even modern infrastructure. In mountainous regions, water rushing down steep slopes can trigger sudden flash floods. On the high plateaus, summer snowmelt often worsens flooding. Urbanization has only made things worse, as fields and forests are replaced by concrete and asphalt. Rainwater that once soaked naturally into the soil now rushes directly into drainage systems, overwhelming sewers and causing underpasses to collapse and subway lines to flood within minutes. In rural areas, the problem is just as severe. The fertile plains of China, the nation's breadbasket, are highly vulnerable. When these farmlands are submerged, crops are destroyed, soils lose fertility, and irrigation systems are damaged. Roads and small bridges are often washed away, isolating villages and making rescue efforts far more difficult. Agricultural losses ripple across the entire economy, driving up food prices and disrupting supply chains nationwide. To address this, China has developed massive flood control infrastructure. Hydropower dams and reservoirs regulate the flow of rivers, storing water during storms and releasing it gradually during dry seasons. Levees and flood walls defend cities and farmland, but even a single breach during extreme weather can unleash catastrophic flooding. In recent years, China has also experimented with innovative solutions, most notably the sponge city concept. These modern urban designs incorporate permeable pavements, rooftop gardens, rain parks, and underground storage tanks to temporarily absorb rainfall. Such systems ease the burden on drainage networks and help prevent urban flooding. Nature-based approaches are equally important. Restoring wetlands, replanting upstream forests, and protecting floodplains all provide natural buffers, giving floodwater space to spread and reducing destructive surges. Modern technology plays a crucial role in preparedness. Real-time monitoring systems using satellites, radar, and ground sensors track rainfall, soil saturation, and river levels. Once thresholds are reached, meteorological agencies issue urgent warnings through television, radio, mobile apps, and even loudspeakers in villages, giving residents precious time to evacuate. Emergency shelters and evacuation drills, practiced regularly, have saved countless lives. Community education is another essential factor. Citizens are trained in evacuation skills, taught how to safeguard their homes, and encouraged to prepare emergency supplies. Local governments conduct regular flood drills, strengthening public readiness and ensuring faster response when disasters strike. Once the waters recede, recovery begins. Roads, bridges, schools, and hospitals require immediate repairs. Farmers receive seeds, fertilizers, and restored irrigation networks to restart production quickly. Reconstruction today goes beyond simple repair. Buildings are being elevated, water-resistant materials are used, and infrastructure is reinforced to better withstand future floods. China's current flood control strategy blends gray infrastructure, dams, levees, and reservoirs, with green infrastructure, forests, wetlands, and sponge cities. This integrated approach reduces risks, strengthens sustainability, and creates safer living environments for millions. Flooding in China is more than a natural hazard. It is a complex management challenge. As climate change accelerates, extreme rainfall and floods are expected to become more frequent. That is why investment in technology, sustainable urban planning, and public awareness is key to building a safer, more resilient future for China. According to the Zhejiang Provincial Meteorological Department, Typhoon Danis made landfall at 11:45 p.m. local time, with wind speeds reaching up to 20 meters per second. Prior to this, Danis first struck Taiwan on the morning of July 7, 2025. It then made a second landfall in Dongtou District, Wenzhou City, in Zhejiang Province at 9:25 p.m. on July 8th. Although Danis did not directly impact the weather in Thailand or Vietnam, it is expected that the remnants of the storm will intensify the southwest monsoon, causing heavy rainfall and turbulent seas. The National Center for Hydrometeorological Forecasting has warned that due to the influence of a low-pressure trough over the northern Vietnam region, combined with the active low-pressure system, areas in the northern mountainous regions will experience heavy rain between 30 to 70 millimeters, with some places expecting 180 mm or more. There is a risk of intense rainfall exceeding 100 millimeters within just 3 hours. From July 10th, the rain is expected to spread throughout the entire northern region, with 70-inch to 150 millimeters of rain expected in many areas, and some areas possibly seeing over 300 millimeters. There is a significant risk of extreme rainfall in a short period, potentially reaching over 150 millimeters in 3 hours. For visitors traveling to the northern provinces of Vietnam, particularly in the next few days, it is crucial to keep an eye on weather forecasts and limit travel in mountainous and hilly areas, which have a high risk of flash floods and landslides. During heavy rains, avoid outdoor activities such as trekking, mountain climbing, exploring caves, or staying near rivers, streams, and gorges. Tourists should also be prepared with raincoats, non-slip shoes, and flexible schedules to ensure safety. Typhoon Danis brought substantial rainfall to many provinces in eastern China on July 9, 2025, severely impacting daily life and industrial activities, especially in key economic regions with high-tech industrial zones. This is one of the most extreme weather phenomena in China since the beginning of the 2025 monsoon season. In response, local authorities have issued flood warnings, suspended school classes, and temporarily halted water transport services. In Fuzhou City, schools were closed on July 9th. and emergency response teams were mobilized to deal with the risks posed by flooding and long-duration heavy rainfall. Several coastal cities, including Fuzhou and Xiamen, are monitoring water levels closely, while measures to prevent flooding have been put in place. Passenger ferry services in the region have been suspended to ensure safety. After making landfall in southern Taiwan on July 6th, Danis weakened into a tropical depression. However, its remnants continue to cause heavy rain in Zhejiang, Fujian, and are moving further inland toward Jiangxi and Guangdong provinces. Some areas have already recorded rainfall of up to 300 millimeters. Despite weakening, Typhoon Danis, previously storm number 2 in the South China Sea, remains dangerous due to its slow movement, with speeds around 15 to 20 km/h, prolonging the rainfall and increasing the likelihood of flooding in areas with poor drainage infrastructure, especially inland provinces. It is forecast that the heavy rain will continue until at least July 15. Meanwhile, the inland provinces of Anhui, Hubei, and Hunan are experiencing extended heat waves, with temperatures hovering around 35 degrees due to the influence of a subtropical high-pressure system. In recent years, China has witnessed increasing signs of climate change, with more frequent storms, heavy rainfall, and extreme heat. These trends pose a significant challenge to disaster management, particularly in rapidly urbanizing regions where infrastructure is struggling to keep pace. As a result, local governments are strengthening their response plans to ensure the safety of citizens and minimize damage to China's economy. After devastating Taiwan, Typhoon Danis made 2 landfalls in Zhejiang province, eastern China. The first occurred at 9:25 a.m. in Wenzhou City, with the strongest winds near the storm center reaching level 9. The second landfall occurred in Shuyin City at 11:45 p.m., with wind speeds slightly reduced. According to China's meteorological agency, Danis will continue to move inland, bringing heavy rain to provinces such as Jiangxi, Hunan, and Guangdong. Yu Kun, a meteorological expert, stated that after landfall, the storm would move westward, weakening further. However, the low-pressure system left behind could persist in central China for over 3 days, gradually weakening before dissipating in northern Vietnam. In history, a similar storm occurred in 2006 with Typhoon Bilis, which maintained its strength after making landfall, causing continuous heavy rainfall in southern China. Due to the impact of Danis, regions in eastern and southern China are expected to experience heavy rainfall in the coming days. According to the National Meteorological Center of China, some areas in Fujian and Guangdong have already recorded rainfall totals of 300 millimeters.
The world changing, disasters are no longer rare, they are reality. You cannot predict the next earthquake, flood, or wildfire, but you can choose how ready you are. This channel isn't just here to inform, it's here to wake people up before it's too late. So if you're watching this now, take it as a sign. Don't just scroll, don't just watch. Subscribe, learn, and prepare, because awareness isn't fear, it's power.